Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of American Horror Story Season 10, Episode 4. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. Now let's get into, apologize again for the smoke detector. I'm really going to try to get that, situated this weekend so y'all don't have to continuously hear that beeping and I don't have to hear it as well. So we have one comment from Matt last week. Miala Oyen says this show is just the right amount of scary. And I was like, I appreciate what this show like some of the times they be like having something and like something happen and I will doggone scream really, really loud. Because I'm the kind of person, scary movies or suspenseful movies, I'm over here, the door open and I'm hollering. So on this show, you think something gonna hop out, but he's like maybe it don't, and then it does, and it just pop out and scares you. Like yes, this is what this show was giving. I love American Horror Story. Been watching it since season 1, episode 1. So this episode, we kind of get the backstory of the town and few people in it. We get the backstory of Belle Noir, finally got her name right. Austin Summers, Mickey, who was Macaulay Culkin. We kind of get their backstory, and we get the backstory of the chemist. So I didn't get her name, so she's gonna be the chemist until I can remember what her name is. Yes. So we start off 5 years ago with the chemist coming into town, and she's looking for a secluded place that is well ventilated. Now the realtor was like, "Okay, big city chemist coming to small town, want a well ventilated house. You must be looking for a place where you can set up a meth lab." And she was like, boo boo. I have a PhD from Harvard. Meth is below my pay grade, but I was like, be that as it may, you still selling an addictive drugs to folks, and it's gonna cause a positive and a negative reaction to people who take it. The people who are talented, they gonna be out here sucking blood and being great. The people who are not is gonna be out here with the shoulder pads on. So it's not like yo pills out here doing something great for people, like for everyone. It was still damaging doggone the people. So we not gonna sit up right here like I'm above making meth. I'm like, you still now I don't know the process of making meth, but I do be watching Drug Inc. and all that other stuff. And I watched a few, seasons of Breaking Bad. And you need tubes and all that stuff and all the stuff that you had and you was doing is what people that make meth do. So I'm just saying. So we have Mickey. He's at the bar trying to, get with Russell Edgerton, whose name I do not know on here. So he's gonna be Russell Edgerton until I get, his name. And Russell Edgerton's like, if you don't get your whole meth headed self on away from me. So the chemist was like, hey, come over and talk to me. Like come on back to my house. I'ma pay you. Like I don't want no sex. I just want to talk to you when I want to know about your dreams. So the chemist, she used to work in the military, and she was tasked with unlocking the creative part of the brain. The military didn't want the soldiers to like think for themselves, so it's like, how can we unlock it so we can like, where can we find out where their creative is so we can just like squash all your creativeness. They started using the drug on primates, and some of the primates who tested higher on cognitive tests became talented. Playing the piano, painting, doing all these things, and the ones who tested lower on the cognitive tests, they became aggressive, bloodthirsty animals who was up or ripping the other primates limb to limb. So the non-creative tolerated their lack of talent until they were confronted with it, and then their mediocrity just drew them crazy. Then she was like, "Here, you want to take a pill?" And he was like, "Hell no, I don't want to take no pill. You just told me that either I'm gonna be great or I'm gonna be out here ripping doggone people to shreds, drinking their blood." Um, I think not, ma'am. So can I just get paid and go about my business so I can find my next person I can get some money out of? She's like, sure, but I will give you $50 for each person that you convince to take this pill. And I was like, I wonder how much money you were getting for the pill. You giving him $50 per person. Okay, but I think it's like when you own drugs, you doing any and everything to get that money. I don't know how much that going to his drugs cost, but yeah. So I guess he used his drug to buy him, use his money to buy him and carrying some drugs. I'm no longer gonna call her the crazy town lady because I don't think she crazy. She may be, a junkie and all that other stuff, but she not crazy. She tried to tell her get you and your family up out of here, but he didn't want to listen because he thought that she was crazy. But now look at him, and now look at his daughter. But yeah, they sitting there talking, and Karen talking about some. She doing good now. It's October, and she's only had pneumonia 5 times this year. And I was like, ma'am, most people haven't had pneumonia none in their lifetime, but you had it 5 times this year. You need to go to like urgent care or something. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you don't have like medical insurance because you're sleeping on the street and you eating out of trash. I understand that. But having pneumonia that many times, your lungs is messed up, boo boo, and you continuously doing drugs is not helping issues. You need to get that inside. You need to work on that, baby. So we meet Belle Noir before she became famous. She was a little timid woman who's writing books, romance books about George and Martha Washington. And I was like, who? What made you want to make a romance novel about them? But okay, and him like getting with his maid, and then Martha trying to seduce the maid, and it was okay. She had like 3 or 4 people in the audience with her, but her husband is upset because they put up some of their retirement money for this little tour she's going on, and they've only sold 6 books. And he's like, I could have bought those books from home, and we could have just not gone on this tour. Like, she was like, basically, he tolerated her for the 40 years they've been married because most of that 40 years he was working, and he just see her at nighttime, like we get off of work, eat some dinner, them have sex or whatever, and then they go ahead and go to sleep. But now he's forced to be around her so much, it's like he can't even stand to be around her. And I was like, you gonna be in the arms of the angels or forever in the flames. I think it's, your bottom half, yeah, you're gonna be forever in the flames. Yeah. So where we at? Yeah, Mickey convinced this dude to and go to the chemist to, take the pill. He saw him up on stage singing, so he's like, "Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool." He going out there now, y'all. I do. Belle, she wanted to go out to the bar. Her husband's like, I ain't trying to do this. She wanted, get out and have some fun. I don't know what was nastier, Belle snorting whatever drug that was off of Mickey's hand that seems like it hasn't been washed thoroughly, or future vampire dude sticking his head completely in this public restroom toilet. I don't know what was nastier. Cause she there trying to have a good time, and she was like, "You look like take cocaine. I want to take cocaine for once in my life." He's like, "I ain't got no cocaine, but I got this for you." So she snorts it off his hands. I was like, "Ooh, his hand don't look clean. Ooh, that's nasty." And then the future shoulder pad vampire, he older, threw it up in the toilet, and his head is he has his hands on the rim of the toilet and his head is deep in the toilet. And I'm like, this is nasty right here. This toilet don't look like it's been thoroughly washed, clean, disinfected it, and all that stuff. So I'm not Mickey takes, Belle Noir to go meet the chemist, get her a pill, all that good stuff. Belle goes home and she's sorry about the tap noise, but that's her on the keyboard on the laptop. She been all night working, and wrote her novel, and she is so happy. And when husband came home, she's like, I finished my book. He's like, okay. She's like, I did meth and wrote a whole book. He's like, I did meth infinity and I wrote a whole book. He's like, you did not write that book. He basically, dogging her like, yeah, you not that good of a writer. So yeah. She was like, where were you at all night? He was like, well, I found this girl. We was hunting all night long. Woke up, hunched on her some more. I'm going to go take a shower and go hunch on her some more. Because this marriage is over. And you know what? I was not exactly upset that she, took her husband out. Because, baby, when I tell you, she grabbed a bottle. Yaka! Woof! Then ran over there and sucked his blood. She cracked that bottle like she done that before. Like, this ain't new to her. So after she done sucked his blood dry, she went over there to talk to the chemist, and she was like, after drinking his blood, I went back and wrote part 2 of my book, just leaving him right there. So the chemist was like, okay, that's, I suspected something like that was going, yeah, she taking down her notes. And she was like, would you still take this pill if you was at the drinking blood? She was like, yes, I would. But now we got to get rid of the body. Now they done got him chopped up in pieces and just thrown him on the beach. I was like, no. Annalise Keaton told us, get rid of the body and get rid of the murder weapon. Y'all just got the body just splashed out there. No. So we get to see the first shoulder pad, vampire. He was the first to take the pill. He thought that was a dude that was ever throwing up in the toilet, that nasty looking toilet. His hair fall down. At first, he thought he got something from doggone and Karen. I was like, well, that's if whatever Karen got, that's on you, baby, because she's sickly. But his hair is falling out. He's looking extra pale. He's all cold. He ain't got no money. So he goes to, the dentist because she runs this shop, and he's like, I don't have much money. I'm cold. Apparently, she got a whole bunch of coats from some dudes from the 80s. And, she thought it was going to be like a comeback or something. And he picks the coat with the shoulder pads. So I don't know if it's the shoulder pads that help because he's so cold or what. But, that's why baby wear the shoulder pad coats because they cold out here in the winter of the time. Yeah, so his first kill, the lady, she in the cemetery, you know, and she's like, will you pray with me? And he's like, yes. Doggone it, he took that vase of that flowers in it and hayaka and woof and start drinking her blood. But he feeling guilty because it's like, I am a pacifist. I am a vegan. I don't even eat Impossible Burgers, but I cannot help myself. And the chemist was like, "Yeah, you have a deficiency, and that pill causes, a deficiency. And the rage you feel is because you hate everyone." He's like, "I don't hate everyone." She's like, "You hate everyone because you know now that you are not talented, and that's what the pill does to people who are not talented. They can't handle their untalentedness, and they take out their anger, and they, have a deficiency in their blood, so they just go around slaughtering people." Yeah. So Belle Noir, she done got her a new attitude. She done went to the doggone dentist lady, and she's like, "Yes, I want something new," because she just had her hair down. She said, "I want this updo. I need me a new outfit situation." The dentist was like, "Yes, I got me some teeth so I can help you out too. So eating is a lot better. File down their teeth and put like some veneers on top." So they can just pop those off, eat, and then pop the veneers back on. But Belle meets Austin at a drag show. Now, y'all, I don't know if I can call what he was doing drag because Maybe so. He wasn't, glam drag. He was just, with a wig on and a woman's outfit and heels and singing at a drag show. But I was like, he didn't have his makeup done like the rest of the drag queens. So I don't know. And I don't know if I don't think I am the person who could say whether that was drag or not. But it was like, he wasn't in, full makeup drag. I should say that. So, Bill and, and Austin are talking. He's like, he only doing this for food and cigarettes. He's a playwright. He rented a place from this dude that has a playhouse, but he ain't seen dude in a while. And he's like, he's fat. He look like this, that, and the third. And he's like, have you seen him? She seen dude because she not gonna drain the dude dry. But Austin don't know that. So she was like, here, take this pill. And he was like, okay, whatever. He get the doggone on his phone and then at the mouth. I was like, is this an interaction because of the drink that he just took? And then he was like, I feel alive. And this, that, and the third. So they go back to his house where all the other drag performers are at. And Belle, she walks in. He walks in after her. She's like, lock the door. She get the pow, 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 shooting people. They get the doggone it, drinking blood. Big girl, I guess she like the head of, this her house and everything else. Baby was doggone, she was moving. She got up out of there like, I ain't got time to be trying to save nobody. This every man for himself. She was booking it. Got up out that house and y'all, she shut the door and locked it. And doggone, here go Austin. He still had on his. He's like, hey, yeah. I had to rewind it because like it tickled me so much when he kicked the door. He was like, hey, yeah. And doggone, he took off running. The big girl was booking it. Got up out of there, but only to be get attacked by doggone his shoulder pad vampire because he, big girl was in the doggone the cemetery. Like, oh my goodness, child, I was almost gone. And then shoulder pad vampire popped up behind and got the drain in her. I was like, baby, this episode was amazing. I cackled and I hollered at the end because I was like, he kind of popped up and I kind of knew like we couldn't leave no, witnesses behind. But that I was, Chad, I cackled so hard. It was hilarious. So, y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, and you share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.